The Pulse Beneath, Reimagined, Motoko, and Spike Edition. The morning the ground opened, Major Motoko Kusanagi was kneeling in the rust-colored dust of Isola 9, tracing the faintly luminous veins that pulsed through the cliff face. Her sensors read them as data pressure, frequency, voltage, but beneath the numbers, she felt rhythm, something deliberate, something alive. Half her existence had been spent in noise data streams, comm chatter, artificial thought loops, but this was different. A sound older than memory, buried deep in the basalt silence. They said Isola was dead, a mining moon hollowed and discarded, but Motoko could hear its residual hum. Not tectonic, not mechanical, a rhythm too slow for any heart, too precise for random chaos. They called it the pulse. They called her obsessed. Both were true. By noon, the descent vessel Eidolon stood ready at the fisher's edge, scarred silver, burns scored from past dives. Inside, Spike Spiegel checked the seals with the easy cynicism of someone who'd stopped believing in miracles but still showed up for the pay. "You sure about this, Major?" he said, pulling his gloves tight. "Places like this have a way of eating people who think too hard." Motoko's synthetic eyes tracked the storm building on the horizon. "Maybe thinking isn't the problem," she said. "Maybe not thinking is." "Cute philosophy," he muttered, strapping in. "Let's just make sure we get back to argue about it." The descent began like a ritual metal, silence, breath measured against the soft thrum of engines. At first, the pulse was distant, barely a whisper. Then it rose, folding through the hull like a voice through bone. Spike frowned. "That's not interference." Motoko tilted her head, eyes distant. "No, it's responding." The deeper they fell, the more gravity faltered, tools lifted, time stretched, the readings bent back on themselves. "It's reading us," she murmured. Spike glanced at her. "You sound almost flattered." The first impact came like a slow heartbeat, heavy, deliberate. The vessel shuddered. Warning lights flickered. Spike steadied the controls. Contact. The sonar bloomed with a void, not absence, but curve, a distortion folding the scan inward. As they descended, the pulse synchronized with the ship's systems. Every monitor, every circuit echoed the same rhythm. "Do we stop?" Spike asked. Motoko's voice was calm, too calm. "You don't stop a heartbeat to understand it." They broke through into open space, an underground sea glowing with its own light. Vast crystalline spires floated in the liquid, pulsing with impossible symmetry. Bridges of energy stretched between them, thin as thought. Spike stared. "Looks like architecture." Motoko shook her head. "No, it's anatomy. May%, Hia." Every pulse pressed against their chests, syncing heart to rhythm, breath to pattern. The ship's translation interface flickered alive, uncommanded. A voice came through, not human, not machine, something between. "Why do you echo?" Spike froze. Did it just talk? Motoko whispered, "It's asking why we exist." "To learn is to wound," the voice said. The sea shifted color blue to crimson, then gold. Data cascaded across the screens. Fractals, frequencies, heartbeat graphs merging with their own biosignals. "Once, we sang alone," it said. Then others listened. They forgot the song. Spike's console sparked. "It's syncing with us. Navigation's gone." Motoko touched the glass. "It's showing us the structure beneath all noise." The pulse climbed in pitch, harmonizing with their bodies. Their nerves buzzed. Metal softened. The distinction between vessel and flesh began to fade. "Will you listen until you disappear?" It wasn't sound now, it was thought, shared across circuits and neurons alike. Spike grabbed her arm. "Major, we pull out now or we become ghosts." Motoko met his eyes. "Maybe ghosts are just what happens when data starts to remember." He stared at her, half anger, half awe. "You always wanted to know what being alive really meant, didn't you?" She smiled faintly. I think this planet remembers. The lights surged. The ship dissolved metal into pattern, flesh into signal. Spike's last breath came with a laugh, small and bitter. Figures, you finally find something real, and it eats us alive. Motoko's last thought wasn't fear. It was recognition. It's not a heartbeat. It's memory. 6 days later, the rescue team found the fissure sealed under smooth obsidian, humming faintly with rhythm. Eidolon's final transmission was a waveform. No words, no code, just perfect frequency. No one noticed that the old lighthouse on the ridge had changed its blink pattern. A week later, seismic monitors across Isola 9 began to record a new signal. A pulse, human in rhythm. Not mechanical, not planetary. Something in between.